Hello, my name is Joshua Brown from the interview training company howtobecome.com, and in this presentation I will teach you how to pass your lecturer interview. So if you have a lecturer interview coming up for any college, university or educational institution whatsoever, then please make sure you watch this video from start to finish, because I'm going to help you to stand out and succeed. To achieve that goal, this is what I'll cover. I'll start off by giving you a list of lecturer interview questions that I strongly recommend you prepare for. There are some really challenging ones later on, so make sure you stick around. I'll also provide you with example high scoring answers to all of those questions to help you to succeed. Plus, I'll make sure to give you some essential tips for passing your lecturer interview before finally telling you how you can download further resources, including all of the answers to help you to prepare. And just very quickly, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because I want to help you to pass your lecturer interview, and I can only do that if you are subscribed. And please don't forget to hit that like button, because this tells me you find these tutorials useful. Okay, let's take a look at that first lecturer interview question that I recommend you prepare for, which is, can you give us an example of a particularly challenging situation you faced as a lecturer and how you dealt with it? Now, all lecturers and teachers can think of times, plenty of times, that they've faced challenges, so it may seem easy, but it really isn't. How you answer this question reveals a lot to the interviewer. You need to share a scenario where you demonstrated problem-solving skills and your experience as a competent teacher. So my advice is to use an example where you demonstrated compassion, responsibility, and where you put the learning of others at the forefront. So here is a great example answer to help you. Can you give us an example of a particularly challenging situation you faced as a lecturer and how you dealt with it? Yes. One incident that jumps out to me was when I had a student who was regularly disruptive in class and interfering with others' learning. To address the issue, I decided to speak with the student outside of class to understand the underlying causes of their behaviour better. I learned that the student was dealing with personal and family concerns that were interfering with their ability to concentrate in class. We collaborated on devising techniques to help them manage their stress and cope with their circumstances. For example, we set attainable goals, practiced awareness, and utilised services such as the school counsellor. The students' behaviour improved as a result of our teamwork, and they were able to complete the subject successfully. I was pleased to have had the opportunity to make a positive difference in this student's life and to highlight the importance of a growth mindset. Wow, that's a really great answer to that interview question. Can you give us an example of a particularly challenging situation you faced as a lecturer and how you dealt with it? Let's move on to the next tough lecturer interview question, which is, can you talk about your experience with technology in the classroom and how you incorporate it into your lessons? Now, this question is a great one, and one that I'm seeing asked more and more. In your answer, you must show that you understand how technology can improve students' learning in a variety of ways. Having experience with technology in the classroom can set you apart as a lecturer. So make sure you demonstrate your commitment to incorporating technology into your lessons. Let's take a look at a brilliant example answer to help you. Can you talk about your experience with technology in the classroom and how you incorporate it into your lessons? I believe that technology improves the learning experience by giving students new and imaginative methods to interact with course material. I use technology in my classes in a variety of ways, including internet resources, multimedia presentations, and virtual simulations. For instance, I use instructional software to measure student comprehension and provide individualized feedback, and I also use social media platforms to stimulate discussions and organize virtual study groups. In addition, I encourage students to use technology to produce and deliver projects such as multimedia presentations, podcasts, and digital portfolios. Incorporating technology into my courses not only helps me interest students, but also prepares them for a technology-rich world and improves their 21st century skills. To stay current with innovations in this area, I am continuously exploring new technology and educational resources, as well as attending professional development workshops on a regular basis. I'm confident in my abilities to integrate technology effectively into my courses and present students with a dynamic and interesting learning experience. Now don't go anywhere, as I still have more interview questions and answers to give you, but when you're ready, click that link in the top right hand corner. It will take you through to my website, howtobecome.com, where you can download my 28 lecture interview questions and answers to give you the edge in your interview, including the ones we're covering right now. Okay, here's the next question for you. How do you assess student learning and evaluate the effectiveness of your teaching? Now this question is testing your commitment to student learning. Your answer needs to show that you want to continuously improve and help educate your students in the best way possible. You also need to demonstrate your ability to reflect on your own skills and teaching abilities. As a lecturer, you have a responsibility to ensure that your students are learning, and you have to show that you ask for their input and feedback too, and how you assess that they are learning from your classes. So let's take a look at a brilliant example answer to help you. How do you assess student learning and evaluate the effectiveness of your teaching? Assessing student learning and reviewing my teaching effectiveness are critical components of my teaching approach. I assess students using a range of ways, including formal assessments such as tests and quizzes, as well as informal assessments such as class discussions, group work, and individual projects. I also collect feedback from my students on a regular basis in order to inform my teaching and make required improvements. For example, at the conclusion of the semester, I may ask students to complete anonymous evaluations, or I may meet with students one-to-one to evaluate their learning and provide focused help. In addition to soliciting output from my students, I reflect on my own teaching and its impact on student learning on a frequent basis. This could include reviewing student performance statistics, observing my own teaching methods, and soliciting input from my peers. I am able to make educated judgments about how to enhance student success and improve my own practice by regularly monitoring student learning and reviewing my own teaching. That's a really strong answer to that interview question. Let's take a look at the next lecture interview question, which is, why do you want to work as a lecturer at our institution? The interview panel will want to know that you have a genuine interest in their institution. Therefore, highlight any achievements or aspects the institution is known for that appeal to you. By sharing your enthusiasm and knowledge about their institution, you'll be far more likely to impress the interviewer. So let's take a look at a great example answer to help you. Why do you want to work as a lecturer at our institution? There are several reasons why I want to work as a lecturer here. Firstly, I was drawn to your university because of its reputation for providing high quality education, as well as its dedication to innovation and student achievement. I've been following the work of numerous faculty members of yours, and I'm impressed by their accomplishments and the influence they've had in their respective fields. I'm particularly drawn to the university's emphasis on diversity, equality, and inclusion, as well as its dedication to providing a friendly and supportive atmosphere for all students. Furthermore, I view this opportunity as a method for me to grow as an educator, while also positively impacting the lives of students. I'm looking forward to working with a great and committed team of professionals and contributing to the institution's purpose of equipping students with the knowledge and skills they need to succeed. I am convinced that my enthusiasm for teaching and dedication to student success will make me an asset to your team. Okay, let's move on to the next lecturer interview question, which is, how would you describe your teaching style and approach? The interviewer is asking you this question as they want to know what your teaching philosophy is. Here are some things you could say. You could say you put the learning of students first. Say that your teaching aims to be engaging, that you use technology to enhance the learning experience, or that you accommodate a diverse range of teaching and learning styles, and that you want to instill a love of learning into your students. Here is a brilliant example answer to help you. How would you describe your teaching style and approach? My teaching style can be regarded as engaging and student-centered. I believe in providing a welcoming and inclusive learning atmosphere in which students can ask questions and participate. To accommodate diverse learning styles and to keep students involved, I employ a range of teaching approaches, such as hands-on activities, group discussions, and individual tasks. I also use technology to enhance the learning experience when appropriate. In addition, I highlight the significance of critical thinking and problem-solving abilities, and I provide students with an opportunity to apply what they've learned in real-world circumstances. My ultimate goal is to instill a love of learning in students and to assist them in developing the abilities necessary to excel in their future undertakings. Okay, that's great. Let's move on to the next one. Can you tell us about your education and teaching experience? Now, I recommend you cover these 4 areas in your answer. Number 1, outline your teaching experience up to the highest level that you have taught. Number 2, state what your qualifications are, highlighting the relevant ones to the role that you are applying for. Number 3, showcase that you are still actively educating yourself and staying up to date in your field. And number 4, be confident in your knowledge and ability to teach. So here is a brilliant example answer to help you. Can you tell us about your education and teaching experience? I have a major in business and management from Massachusetts Institute of Technology and 5 years of teaching experience. I've previously taught business development at undergraduate level and was recognized for my unique and engaging teaching approach at Florida Institute of Technology. I've designed and implemented curriculum, integrated technology into the classroom, and differentiated education to meet the needs of diverse students. Throughout my career, I've been committed to continuing professional development and have attended workshops and conferences to keep up with educational breakthroughs. I'm also involved in professional organisations and have given presentations at conferences on business management. I'm confident in my abilities to offer a plethora of knowledge, experience and passion to the classroom and touch students' lives. Okay, the next lecture interview question is, how do you engage and motivate your students? Well, the interviewer is asking you this question as they want to know what your teaching philosophy is. Here are some things that you could say. You could say that you put the learning of students first, that your teaching aims to be engaging, that you use technology to enhance the learning experience, that you accommodate a diverse range of teaching and learning styles, and that you want to instill a love of learning into your students. So here is a fantastic example answer to help you. How do you engage and motivate your students? I believe that student involvement and motivation are critical to student achievement, and I work hard to establish a classroom climate that promotes both. I aim to build a pleasant and inclusive classroom culture, in addition to interesting teaching strategies. I encourage and cherish student participation, and I make an effort to get to know my students on a personal basis. This allows me to provide focused support and guidance by understanding their specific learning methods and needs. To engage students, I employ a number of instructional tools and approaches, such as hands-on exercises, group projects, and conversations. In order to make the content relevant and meaningful to my pupils, I also make an attempt to incorporate real-world examples and current events into my classes. I also have high standards for my pupils and encourage them to take control of their own learning. Students become more motivated and involved, in my opinion, when they are given the tools and resources they need to achieve and are encouraged to take an active role in their own education. I try to encourage my pupils to attain their best potential and foster a lifelong love of learning by continually engaging and inspiring them in the classroom by providing a dynamic and exciting atmosphere. Now, in preparation for your lecture interview, I also recommend you prepare answers to the following questions. Introduce yourself and tell me why we should hire you as a lecturer. Describe the skills you have and what will make you a good lecturer. Where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? What is your biggest weakness? Tell me what you like and dislike about teaching, and in particular, being a university lecturer. What is safeguarding? What's the most difficult decision you've had to face as a lecturer? What are the core values you would use as a lecturer? What can you bring to the position of lecturer that would improve the course? In your opinion, what makes a competent lecturer? Why do you want to leave your current job? Have you ever received criticism about your style of teaching? Talk me through a lesson or lecture you were involved in that didn't go according to plan, and what did you learn from it? How do we know that you won't leave us to work for another university if you're offered more money? So the next thing to do, if you would like to download example answers to these and all of the toughest lecture interview questions, is to please make sure you click that button in the top right hand corner of this video right now. Head through to my website, howtobecome.com, where you can download these slides and get access to 28 lecture interview questions and high scoring answers to each question in a PDF guide. you can literally have access and the slides are in your inbox within 2 minutes from now. And it's guaranteed to help you prepare effectively for your interview and also, more importantly, put you ahead of the competition. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Please don't forget to subscribe, as I'm on a mission to help as many people as possible pass their job interviews, and I can only do that if you are subscribed. Please also hit that like button, as that encourages me to make more videos just like this one. Oh, and please do put the name of the educational institution that you're applying for in the comment section below, so I can give you more tips and questions to prepare for. And finally, if you'd like to connect with me on LinkedIn, I've put my LinkedIn link in the description below. It's always great to connect with like-minded professionals such as yourself. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you all the best for your interview. Have a brilliant day.